That's Lane Dee, and got a great interview. Have a lot of in-studio guests and great music today, as well as
I really don't. I mean, you guys, my lady, I just really do not sleep. It's like if I do close my eyes, I wake up like, oh, I missed something. Somebody's winning. If it's not my team winning, I missed something.
Exactly, and especially in this industry, you have to stay constantly on your grind. So we're going to talk to you. We're going to listen to some great music.
Thank you.
I've been enjoying it, and as well as your videos, talk about your movie.
Okay.
You have so much going on, and then we'll do introductions of everyone that's in the building. We can introduce them to the listeners and everyone that's out there that's in the fast lane. All right, so before we get deep into the interview, I want to go around and do introductions. So we're going to start with the leader.
I appreciate that.
Is it fair to say that?
Nah, that's
Okay,
fine. I mean, I don't use the term leader too much. I like to think it's a team, but I know what you mean by it. But like, yeah, I put most of the things in order: videos, graphics, the music. I put the team together and stuff like that. But I like to think of it as one big unit.
Exactly.
You know, we just going towards the same goal at the end of the day.
Oh, definitely. And you are?
Raxiel Sinz. The name actually is just a name that my mom wanted to name me, and my dad was like, "Nah, we ain't going with that. That's too." I don't know, vampire-ish, he felt.
Well, you know what? You got it from your mom?
My mom wanted to name me Raxiel when I was born, but I don't know where she got it from to begin with, but that's what she wanted to go with, and he said no. Then after my mom passed, I was like, all right, because my name was actually Luv Sinz. That was actually me. And then I changed to Raxiel Sinz and turned Luv Sinz and just added ink into the label itself.
Right. I was going to say what the Luv Sinz is.
Yes, and I used to call myself that in the sense of like, you love something so bad, you'll go as far as sinning for it, like doing things you may not want to do to go get it. Not everything, but sometimes you love somebody so hard, knock somebody out. You want something so bad, you shouldn't do it, but sometimes, there's things in life you just kind of bend the rules a little bit to go get and try your best not to hurt other people in the process. And sometimes it doesn't come out like that, but...
It's amazing that you would say that your dad thought the name was Dark, but you had got it from it was your mom's idea that wanted to name it.
Yeah, I guess in Spanish, Raxiel, it just sounded like...
That's a really unique name.
Like it sounded like a name, but she wanted it with a Z actually. It was Raziel. Then I added the X, like, X my dad out, like, like you was never there, so you got X'd out.
And give myself the name mom really wanted me to have.
Right. And I kept Sinz in the sense of like, if you go to Google and you type in Luv Sinz, like half the world shows up. And the Sinz stood there even when I typed it by itself.
Yeah.
So I kept Raxiel I added Raxiel and kept Sinz at the end of it to keep that Google flow going, which now the name Raxiel itself is over Luv Sinz. Like it's more things pop up if you just type my name.
Right, that's like true. That, yeah. Hey, and you know what? It's amazing when you said it, when you were talking about the name and your dad was feeling it was kind of dark. I know some of the first pictures when we became Facebook friends, you were putting covers up, and I was like,
he was like, that's dark. In my head, I felt like, man, did I offend her? Like, I was trying to get her, not get her attention through that picture, but I was trying to reach out to you before. So then when you said that, all you wrote was dark. No period, no explanation point, just like, dang.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I went to apologize, and I was like, man.
But no, it did the job. It got me. I was like,
it was the picture where it was me sitting on the couch, and I killed all the me's.
Yes.
There was a bunch of you in the ground there. You was like, dark. And I was like, well, I guess that was a point.
Picture, though.
Yeah, it's an awesome picture. I think it was because of that phrase that I changed it to the girl with the gas mask and the smoke.
Oh, yeah.
It was because of that. Because you said that, I was like, well, I don't want women to be like, well, I ain't buying this CD. I ain't going to look into this. So I was like, let me just put a girl there with a gas mask. Like, the fellas would be like, oh, that's awesome. And the girls would be like, that's a nice picture. So it's like, it just attract everybody into it.
Well, definitely, it was an attracting thing. It's going to make you talk either way.
Yeah.
So that's what you need anyway. It was really good sensationalism, but it did get my attention.
It was kind of an idea because my CD, the P2K2 mixtape, is actually going to be packaged with Diary of Assassin's movie. So it's almost like on the CD cover, I was trying to blend the movie and everything in together.
You kind of jumped ahead of me about the
Sorry.
movie. Diary of Assassins, no, let's go there. Diary of Assassins, this is your movie.
Right, it's the first movie that I'm putting out. I got 3 of them. This will be my 3rd one. I have one called Duplicity, one called Can't Win for Losing. All my movies are named after things that I feel personal about. Like Duplicity is when people trying to give you intent to trick you into something. Like I'll say this is blue and it's really black, and I'm just trying to trick you to invest into
deception.
blue. Yeah, there you go, like deception. So then Can't Win for Losing was just a stage in my life I was in. Like no matter what I did, it's like I just couldn't come up. So I was making movies based off of little things I was going through, but the movies have nothing to do with my life, so to say.
Right.
Then Diary of Assassins was a story I wrote a long time ago. I write the movies. Like for those that don't know, I write them, produce them, edit them, film them, direct them, I cast them, I act them. But basically, Diary of Assassin, which is actually not even done yet. Like we're at the ending, and it's just I'm one of those people that's never satisfied with nothing.
I was gonna ask you because you put pieces of it on. You post the pieces, and is it done or you just put it in segments?
Like the movie up to where it's at is done. Like I don't have the I would say like the last 30 minutes of it, like the ending, so to say, like the climax to the ending is what I don't have.
All right.
That I was going a major different direction with it originally. I was going towards talking, and I was like in talks with Netflix and stuff like that. And then the movie wasn't going the direction I wanted, so I was going to scrap it. Then people told me like, don't scrap it. It's going to take too long to get into another project, and you're making a mixtape coming out. Just put it out in the streets with the mixtape.
Okay.
And then work on the actual Netflix movie on top of that. So just use this one as in the streets to get your name out.
I got you.
So depending on how the movie ends, I might still try to pitch it to Netflix. I mean, you go on Netflix and they got a bunch of, no offense to the people that film those movies, it's a bunch of nonsense. Like
I know, and I watch them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey,
you watch them. You sit there like, this is garbage, but I'm going to watch it. You wind up watching it and talking about how bad it was tomorrow, but then you tell somebody, man, you got to see it because it's so whack.
Exactly. But then they say, well, like, if they could get that on Netflix, I know I can get my stuff on Netflix.
And I guess my thing is, I don't want to be that person that just throws up anything because I can.
Exactly.
I'd rather go put more, drive myself through the mud all over again to make sure that when you first see the project, it's like, wow, I got to talk to this guy. I got to get involved with this guy. I'm missing out.
Right.
So that's why I didn't scrap Diary of Assassins, especially I already put it out so much that the streets are like asking me for it. The people that I know, and the good thing about Diary of Assassins is everybody in the movie plays themselves.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you was in the movie, which would be awesome if you want to be in it, but if you was in the movie, you would be Lane Dee. Like you'll play yourself and you'll be the radio host.
Okay.
Like everybody in the movie literally plays themselves.
Yeah.
And in real life, what they do. But except for my character, so to say, I'm not a killer. I'm not running around killing people in real life. I feel like that sometimes.
You're just playing a part.
But basically, that's the twist of the movie, that everybody in the movie is doing something in real life. Like I don't just have like this guy that might work at Home Depot or something. Like if you are an artist, if you are a model, an actor, a photographer, like that's the only people in the movie.
It's a reality show movie because
it's
real people. I mean, real people.
And it's filmed like a reality show.
Real walks of
life. It's filmed
right.
like somebody's walking with a camera chasing these assassins.
Almost like on the bluff.
Exactly. And I hate when people compare it to that because I was halfway done with the movie and then people say, yeah, the movie's like Snow in the Bluff. I'm like, man. And I didn't know what it was until they said that. And then when they watched it, I was like, well, there go my bright idea. I mean, it's a whole different direction, but props to the people that filmed Snow in the Bluff because I actually enjoyed that movie when I watched it. It's a really good movie.
Did you initially?
No, I really did like it. Like it was so original, especially the scene with the guy got shot, he was on the ground, and the guy was trying to cock the gun, it was jamming on him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's such a climax. Like it pulled me in so many times. I rewinded it, and I was like, that's dope. I was like, man, that's an amazing scene. People don't appreciate. People look at it like because it looks so choppy and so grainy. This is bootleg. I'm like, nah, man, this guy made a masterpiece with the little bit of work he had.
True.
So that's how I look at it. I look at it like, I mean, you got people that are in their closets making music. I mean,
I've seen a couple of those.
Right, and the songs sound amazing.
Yeah.
And then you got people that pay money to go to a big studio.
I got a closet, a studio.
Exactly. And they go to like a real studio, and you're like, man, I can't hear you. The beat is too loud. Or who recorded that for you? And you pay for this?
So let me ask you, and what people may not know about you, and if they're just hearing about you, I am Raxiel Sinz, and the whole crew of Luv Sinz Inc. is in the building with me, as well as Carlos, Mr. Making Moves Photography, is in the building. Hey, I'm so glad that you came in, and I haven't seen you in a while, but thank you so much. He's filmed a couple of my events. He actually was the one that came out when Prophets performed at the last variety show.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. We got to work together, man. Definitely.
And he's all about that camera. I'm telling you, when you see him, he'll have. I'm really surprised to get a good look at his face because normally it's the camera is right in his face. I don't really know what it looked like.
His body's just a tripod.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not just hip hop. You're a crossover. You're a Latino artist as well.
Right.
So you have a lot of Spanish rap.
But I'm actually working on, I don't have a title for it yet. Somebody put it in my head. Minegi Stars is the one that got me involved in it because she raps in Spanish and she had said she don't want to do reggaeton. She was like, I got nothing against it, but okay, I'm Spanish, I rap. First direction everybody goes is reggaeton music. So she was like, she want to do like the hip hop game is right now, like music like Rick Ross, Meek Mills, Drake. She want to do that, but in Spanish.
Right, that'll be hot though.
So I was like,
Nicki was really like the only one that's up right now, and I think she needs some competition like ASAP.
So I was like, okay, so I hosted her first mixtape, and then she was like, you rap in Spanish, man, do these songs, we do these songs. So I got more involved that now me and her are dropping, which is still untitled, There's a whole entire mixtape where every hit song out right now that's like hot and popping right now in the regular English version, hip hop wise, we just remix them in Spanish.
Love it.
So it's gonna be like our own Rosetta Stone of the hip hop game.
Got it. And you know what? Got that, and plus more music from Raxiel Sinz and the Luv Sinz camp coming right back. We're up against the break, and you're taking this ride with me, Miss D, as well as Raxiel Sinz and crew in the building. Don't go nowhere. Stay locked in right here on Love 860 WAEC. You know, coming back on the air, we were sitting here talking about almost a day in the life and what it takes to actually pursue your dream, which to me, I feel music writing, producing, being in the industry is a dream of yours. And you're talking about, you have the wifey, now you have a strong team, you're continuing to build a team, you do the 9-to-5 thing.
Right.
What is it that keeps you that gives you that motivation, that drive? Because I love to inspire other people, especially up and coming artists. And this is it takes a lot of hustle and grind.
Right.
What is it that's in you?
Me, what keeps me motivated to keep going and never stop. I mean, I've been doing this since I was like 15 years old. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was coming up doing it wasn't that serious. It was like, you know, in high school, junior high school, spit a few lines, and people was like, "Oh man, you got skills." Now it was in battles in New York City, in the Bronx. We was always in little battles here and there. And then, you know, when I got to the point where I guess I wasn't losing too many battles. It was like people was like, "Man, you should do this for real. You should do this for real." And then I was like at the age of like 20 or so.
Right.
And they introduced me to different studios, different producers, started getting in the booth, doing my thing, running around. But still at that point, I never took a like, man, I'm going to become a hip-hop artist. I'm gonna kill him.
It didn't hit you like that.
No, it didn't. Until like a few shows. Like doing shows in New York. And then also huge props and respect to Augusta, Georgia, because I had moved there for a while. And I met some of the most amazing artists. That's actually where I met Prophet at.
Okay.
And doing shows there, and then it's like...
that's college town, too.
Right,
so you can definitely get a good underground following.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trust me,
like
and Augusta shows love because you have a lot of mainstream artists that go to Augusta to do shows just because the need is there and the fan base is there.
Exactly. And then it's like, you know, so things like that. And then when the team started forming, I met Young Scott Walker and PS, props to them. That's when I started taking it real serious. Like, wait a minute, like... I always had that butterfly effect in person. People always like, I'm not gonna say everybody wanna be my friend, but like, you know, I do on to others that I want done to me. So I'll show you love, you show me love, and we keep going. So it's like with the music, I started noticing that was happening. Like people would request me, people would ask me to come to this show.
I think the name starts to spread that you're a person that operates in integrity because this business can be cutthroat.
Oh yeah, let me I've been through my cutthroat situations, and I don't let it knock me down. But I guess to answer your question on what keeps me motivated, it's the drive. It's like. Most people look at it like, I gotta get on. It's like they turn it into a job. Like, I love hip-hop. I mean, I've been around, I've seen hip-hop grow. I'm talking about KRS-One, first record label, Boogie Down Production, African Bombada, Zulu Nation. I mean, I've seen it grow to what it is now.
You know, I talk about the hip-hop game now because, you know, I'm a child of the 80s and early 90s hip-hop, and I'm really not always impressed with what I hear that comes off the mainstream, you know, radio and what they call hip-hop. I'm kind of a little disappointed because I do like the KRS ones. I like the Eric B. and Rakim. I like,
you know, the 90s Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I love that stuff. I mean, you got some people that's really trying to spit some amazing lyrics. I mean, major props to Kendrick Lamar. I mean, he's bringing that back. One thing I do respect about hip-hop, not to go off the question originally, but one thing I do respect about the hip-hop game currently, I was having a conversation with somebody about this yesterday, is one thing that hip-hop's doing right, I would say right now, is they're uniting a lot. There's not a lot of beef. Don't get me wrong. There's not a lot of beef. I mean, that's true. Having a battle with me and somebody else, that's cool. It's all in the art.
Exactly.
But I mean, beef. Like if I see you in the street, I'm gonna go get you, and you know all that stuff is like that ceases to exist to a certain extent. Yeah. So one thing I do appreciate by everybody doing real music and really showing love to other artists is the fact that you got a lot of artists uniting now. That's why hip hop is becoming like rock. It's becoming like pop music. It's becoming so big. But I'm not saying that the music coming out is great. You know, some of it is. But I mean, I do give hip hop a major respect at the fact that it's uniting a lot more. Now, if we could just get the good lyricists to unite.
The stigma is kind of being removed. That, you know, hey, you could possibly get killed over this.
Exactly,
Yeah, there's a lot of love going on in hip hop right now.
He does music that I'm like, man, there ain't nobody right now. That's actually what made me a Trigga fan. Actually, when I met him, like he raps and he sings, and you know, we bump heads. I'm like, Trigga, man. I mean, you rap hard.
Do you feel like, even with those in your team, do you feel like sometimes you could see something in them and you have to pull it out of them sometimes? Like
we going through that right now with Trigga. Like I tell him, I'm like Trigga, man. The women they love it, man. Like they love it. They're like when he busts that, they love it. And I tell them all the time.
He don't want to be known as the Romeo.
And I don't want him to do that. I tell him, look, you don't have to sing the love songs. I mean, you can sing the gangster songs too. It just depends on the hook you want to do. You know what I mean? As I tell him, I'm not trying to change your style, but you have a hidden gift that you might not be aware that is as good or might even better than the rapping. Not saying it's better. I'm just saying like don't ignore it.
Exactly.
So me and him are working on the mixtape right now that at the current moment we going with The Last of Us, but we're going to change the name because he was like, I want a stronger name. The title I like The Last of Us, like The Last of a Dying Breed, like, there ain't too many rappers that want to come out and really spit lyrics and change the flows. I don't want every song to sound like better like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like
2 Chainz, right?
I mean, I like those.
I call them out.
You go to the clubs right now and they bang. And don't get me wrong, I'm there like banging my head, spilling my drink, going crazy over it. But and I'll do a song like that. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like everybody's afraid to step out.
And that's what people want. That's what fans want.
They're so scared to step out. So like, I'm like, look, man, like let's do some new music. Forget what they want to hear. Forget, I'm not an idiot. So like when we do a song together, if I don't like it, I'll be like, all right, scrap that. Let's keep that.
So let me ask you, with your musical ear, Raxiel and Trigga, Slum, a.k.a. Slum Dog, y'all have really just really came into the family a couple months ago, but then you really have strong collaboration going. What do you see whenever you're looking at an artist that possibly wants to be down with Luv Sinz Inc.? What is it that attracts you to an artist or their craft?
Passion. Like if you don't got passion and drive, you could be the wackest rapper alive. I'll mess with you. If you got passion, as long as you work. And the way I met Trigga was you probably know the guy. What's his real name? AKM? Shadow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
Shadow had a show. He had a show in the middle of nowhere.
Up in heaven.
I was like, oh man, we about to get KKK'd up.
Was this a couple months ago?
Yes.
I was supposed to go out. It was midweek, like on a Thursday, right?
Yes. And it was like, when we got there, I was like, what in the F? I was like,
we drove all the way out here for this.
I was like, we done. I was like, they gonna get us. But I mean, props to him. I mean, it wasn't a huge turnout, but it was good though. Like I had a good time. And when Shadow asked. And props to Shadow, we just did that song with him, didn't we? With him a song?
Oh, I gotta get it.
The one we just did with him on it. This Life.
Oh yeah.
We did props to him. He killed it.
Shout out, Shadow.
We're gonna do a video to that. So Shadow, if you listening, we gonna do a video to that.
I know. Give us a call 404-355-8699. My bad. I meant to give that number out. 404-355-8699. I'm gonna shout him out on Facebook right quick. But he's a big supporter.
Yeah, I like his stuff, and he's good stuff. He do good music, and he did a show, and Trigga was there. And Shadow asked, "Who wants to go first on stage?" You know how it go. Everybody's like, I want to go first. I want to go like third or fourth to see what we got.
Yeah, exactly.
And Trigga just got up and was like, man, I'll go first. And I looked at him like, and I was laughing because in my head, I told him this. I was calling him the baddest dude in the club. Because he had a bandana. He was real quiet. He was working out real hard. Who this Indian guy think he is? He about to get so killed in here. Like, what's wrong with him? But he was holding his own. He had like a team of like 80 Indians and Chinese folks, and I was like, I can't hate him. He had the biggest crowd in here.
Yeah.
So when he went first and the beat dropped, I shut up. It was like, boom, and I was just like, wait, hold up. And then he started rapping, and I just busted out laughing because it was so gangster. It was so hard, and I was like, wait a minute. Everybody else is just saying, man, you know how most rappers are.
Yeah, exactly.
They never want to show love.
Right.
Like, I'm too good to clap my hands. I ain't gonna lie, I got up and was like, I was like, baddest dude in the club to shut me up. And so then I went outside and gave him his probably. He did five songs, was it? He did five?
No, I did 4 songs.
4 songs.
That's what's up.
I didn't say that's what he was saying. You did your thing, man. Props to that. Left him alone.
That was actually my first performance.
Yeah. And then he was like by himself. Like he went on stage by himself. No hype man. No nothing.
I love it.
And he just killed it. And then I found him I asked Shadow who he was. And then I found him on Facebook, threw him a beat. So he threw me a beat. Said let's do a track. It's called What They Know About This. So we did that. We killed it. Then we just kept doing music. Then right when I was about to ask him, yo, man, let's sit down and have a talk, man, see where you want to go with this. He had sent me a text saying, y'all want to get down with the team, man, what's up?
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, man, he texted me right when I was about to text him. So it was like,
y'all
mutual.
on the same vibe.
So we met up at Applebee's and we chopped it up and the connection was made. And ever since that, we knocked out probably like 15 songs in the last 4 days already. I mean,
yeah, he just sent me like 6.
Yeah, I sent him 6. He sent me like 8. And I'm there like, man, go to sleep.
Before we get on to the strip club talk, we definitely got to welcome into the building Prophet Finally made it in. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're gonna make it all work. I'm in the fast lane with Miss D and dealing with these ATL police, the fast lane.
Oh, man, getting tickets to get here and everything.
I do not validate your pay. Anyone else's but mine.
Where my check?
Prophet's the prophet. I am
We here,
so
though.
glad to have you. Actually meeting you and seeing you for the second time. You did do the variety show in August, and I thank you for that. It was a great turnout. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
So tell me everything. You had. We missed you there, but I believe you were working.
I was busy doing something else. So I told him, look, man, I got you to connect with D. Just go knock it down. I'll go knock down this. And Luv and Sinz will be in 2 places at once.
You know
All
what?
the
That's what's
time.
up because you were texting me. And
Yeah, I was texting him. He's coming.
I was just like,
He late. That mother effer.
No, but you actually did. You did. You laid the groundwork and all the foundation and everything. So you do a lot of work behind the scenes, Raxiel.
We got to.
Yeah.
That's how we make it happen. He make it happen. Yeah, he the man. That's why I'm here right now.
He came all the way from Augusta just to be on this show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, Savannah.
Savannah, there you go.
Yeah.
We all woke up early. I was like, look, wherever you at, okay, you hanging out. Whoever you at, you better be here.
Shouts out to DJ Blaze if y'all been in the studio all night, so we good.
There you
All
go.
right, so
Yeah,
you've
nice.
been in the studio all night.
Yeah, all night. Yeah, down in Savannah. Shouts out to Pure Pain.
So what do we have to look forward to coming out of from you, Prophets to Prophet? It
Oh, the
will be
next
the Luv Sinz
project. The
camp,
next
though.
project. Well, right now, dealing with this guy, Love 2K. Right now, we got that. But the
Big
next
2K, so yeah.
project that I got coming out is Beneath the Underground, and that'll be done probably about the end of next month.
I like that title.
Yeah.
And you been saying that you said that on it is what it is. Yeah, underground beneath the underground.
Yeah.
That was actually the first video we filmed together.
Yeah.
No,
know,
second.
I can see a movement going with that because you're gonna have a lot of artists try to bite that. You know, I'm going lower than the underground. I'm going beneath the underground.
I'm a backpacker at heart, man.
But don't worry, we got this recorded, so we know you started it.
Believe that. Cha-ching, it been stamped.
There you go.
In the fast lane, y'all heard it first.
So the work that you were doing in the studio last night, is it ready yet?
So like I said, I'm just working on this project. So I already have every beat that I want. It's like gonna be 18 tracks. So I'm about 6 in right now. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
You
Now, how long have
any
you
of them
been
beats I
doing?
sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you ain't make me waste my time. I said like 30 minutes emailing them beats. I'm sorry I didn't cut you off. I'm sorry.
Well, Prophets, I was gonna ask you real quick while we don't have much time. How long have you been in the business?
How long I've been in the business? I've been rhyming like since birth, but when you consider the business, I had a distribution deal in 06 with Universal Records, so I'll start there. Everything else was kind of just, I'm not going to say a hobby, but that's the first time where I really stepped my foot in the door.
So the industry as you see it now, say 2013 going into 2014, what is your opinion on the music industry right now?
Oh, I'm loving it right now. We're just getting back to the backpack rap. I'm from the dirty, so I don't have anything with the bounce, molly, but you know, I spit from the heart, and that's the type of music I listen to, and I feel it's going back to that point, and that's why I'm loving so much right now. Like, I'm so motivated right now from everything that I'm hearing.
So where do you get your musical inspiration from?
Life.
Real life, who was not here, actually.
Shouts out to the homie. Yeah, I done talked to him this morning, too. Yeah.
So, okay.
He upset because hey, Major, we gonna send a major shout out to real life, man. It was miscommunication. Who gonna pick him up, and we both dropped the ball and picking him up. So shout out to real life.
He working
definitely.
in the studio. I talked to him yesterday. He was in the studio. I talked to him early this morning. He was still in the studio,
Cool.
so he getting it
He's
in.
working.
Yeah.
So I was able to ask Raxiel who some of his musical, some people that he's listening to right now. Give me some of the artists that you're listening to right now. Maybe some mainstream or maybe not mainstream artists that you're listening to.
Kendrick Lamar. Well, they whole camp, the whole TDE, Action Bronson, Big Crit, Pusha T. Well, Pusha T is in the deck right now. That's really what I'm banging right now. Like I said, I'm just a hip hop head, just backpacker music, not so much the club stuff right now.
Yeah. Do you have any old inspiration?
Nas, Pac, Biggie, just the classic.
How about any R&B?
R&B.
Monifa. I couldn't think of no back in the day. Silk.
How did Monifa jump in the first one in your mind?
Actually, you remind me of her in a certain way. Like it looks. That's why I was like, Monifa was the first person that came to my head.
From
the side a little bit, from the side.
I'm gonna have to Google some images of Monifa.
She's a very beautiful woman. Very
I
beautiful
was gonna
woman.
say, give me a compliment and you throw me under the bus.
No, that's a super compliment.
That's
Monifa's
crazy.
sexy.
That's
All right,
crazy.
shout out
You catch me
Monifa.
off guard with that question though.
Yeah.
R&B. I love R&B, but I'm just so wrapped up in the hip hop.
I love when every time I interview artists, I love to hear their musical inspiration, especially when they were like kids, like music that they listened to growing up. It might have been like, well, my mom and dad, they play Ozzy Brothers or, you know,
Marvin
Stevie
Gaye.
Wonder or something.
Yeah.
Prophet's the one that
Gaye.
started the Black Church of Ciphers. We have these ciphers that we do in Augusta. We call local artists out. We have this big,
Well, you don't
long
have to call
12-minute
Miss D out.
ciphers. Yeah. Oh, you gotta come.
Come out
We
and
working on number
host
6, right? It still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
It was to the band from TV beat, but if things fell to the
Okay.
It's
ground,
already done, but I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff. I just
We're gonna
put on
just skip
hold
6
real
Well,
and go
you
to
know
7.
what? We're gonna have to
Yeah.
have part 2 of this next week, guys, because we are like right out of time. So I need you to give my listeners right now how they can get in touch with you, how they can follow you and find
Go
your
ahead,
music.
Prophet. You go first. Go ahead.
Prophet's the Prophet, everything, literally. Prophet's the Prophet, everything. Your Facebook, that's Twitter. Just Google me, and we locked in. It's real easy for my people. It's Prophet the
There you
Prophet.
go, Trigga.
Trigga R60C on YouTube and Trigga ATL on Twitter. Check me out.
Yeah, it is, and you can find me on Raxiel Sinz on, like Prophet said, everything. You Google me, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Path. I mean, any social site, any social media, you'll find me. If you can't find it, just go to Google.
Wikipedia.
There you go, Wikipedia. You can be there,
Prophet the
right there.
Prophets, I'm there.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, go to
Yeah.
iTunes,
And
go to Google
iTunes.
Play. I mean, we on everything.
And
We
just
on
check out my
Pandora.
Fast Lane Dee's Facebook page because I have
Go.
everybody's
Yeah, we
contact
gonna put everything
information
there.
posted
We'll
on
put everything
Facebook.
there.
Shout out to Sierra BBMT. She was supposed to be in the building with me today, but she's making some money. And shout out to my little
That's
one.
always
Happy
beautiful.
birthday, Isabella. Love you so much. Shout out to my buddy E and the love of my life, Mr. Ronte. Thank you all so much for taking this ride with me. Any other shout outs real quick because we're down to
Fuck it.
like seconds.
I can throw in CKT Slick and Miss Kane, man. I gotta bring them up next time. Man, they are some heavy GMD Loving Sins supporters, man. I love those guys.
And we're going to actually work on
Cha-ching.
doing part 2 next week. I'm having so much fun that I don't want it to be over with. So, guys,
Coming.
just stay tuned to my Facebook and stay tuned and stay locked in because we may have you guys back in the studio next Saturday. We may make it happen, so we'll see off the air. But if not, guys, enjoy your Saturday. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Love you. See you same place, same time next week right here on Love 860 WAC. Have a great weekend.